I want you to consider this somewhat harsh truth for a second. Most people do not fail because their dreams are impossible. They fail because their routine is weak. Really think about that. I mean, we all want a better life, right? But how many of us actually want better habits? The stakes here are incredibly high. Look, failure usually isn't born from a lack of talent or because a dream is just way too big. It's actually born from retreating when the daily repetitive discipline of practice just becomes, well, boring.
So let's jump right into section 1, the trap of weak routines and breaking the cycle of exhaustion.
Which brings us to section 2, the invisible night cleaner. We're going to take a look at Lucas's reality. So picture this. Lucas was only 29 years old, working in a coastal city in Portugal. But man, life had already seriously aged him. He was a guy with tired, rough hands, a silent dream, and absolutely zero momentum. During the day, the train station he cleaned was totally alive, crowded with rushing businessmen holding coffee cups, tourists dragging heavy suitcases, students just laughing loudly. But his reality? His reality was the night shift. It was quiet, it was cold, and incredibly lonely. He spent his nights just picking up empty bottles and broken tickets left behind by the daytime rush. He felt completely invisible. I mean, sometimes young guys would mock him. Rich travelers would literally drop trash right in front of his feet without so much as a sorry. He just lowered his eyes and kept working. But inside, the guy was breaking.
That leads us into section 3, the 1-hour rule, and a pivotal moment, meeting Elena.
It all started on this heavy, rainy winter night. The station platforms were practically ghost towns, and Lucas was cleaning near a small bookstore. He spots the owner, a 70-year-old woman with silver hair named Elena, and she's really struggling with this heavy box of books, so Lucas rushes over to help her out. Noticing how completely exhausted he looked, Elena asks him this simple question: "Do you read?" Lucas just kind of let out this sad laugh, telling her that books are for people who actually have free time. But Elena looked right into his eyes and said, "No, Lucas, books are for people who want their mind to escape before their life does." And right before he left, she handed him a small, used book with a blue cover. Lucas shook his head, saying he couldn't possibly pay for it. But Elena didn't want his money. She demanded he pay with consistency. As she defined it, moving station by station rather than trying to reach a destination in one massive jump. She demanded he pay for that book with just one quiet, honest hour every single day. Not 3 hours, not pulling an all-nighter to finish the whole book, just 1 hour. Because, as she perfectly put it, a train doesn't reach another country in one jump, and a life changes step by step. Moving to section 4, step-by-step change. Let's look at actually building that habit. So that morning, totally exhausted, Lucas heads back to his tiny rented room. His back is aching, his eyes are burning from pure lack of sleep. But instead of just crashing onto his bed, he opened the book. And the very first sentence hit him like a ton of bricks. A poor routine can destroy a rich dream. It clicked. He realized he was spending his days working, sleeping, and just silently complaining, doing absolutely nothing to actually change his future. Right then and there, he made a promise to himself. So what did he actually do with that hour? Well, first he read books slowly because his English was pretty weak. Second, he learned simple English sentences. Third, he wrote new words down in this little notebook. Fourth, he listened to English audio on a beat-up old phone. And fifth, he practiced speaking quietly in his room. Look, I really want to emphasize how insanely difficult this was. He was bone-tired. The other cleaners at the station even laughed at him, making fun of his notebook and telling him books weren't going to clean his room or pay his rent. But he absolutely did not stop. Now, what's really fascinating here is the immediate payoff. His salary didn't magically double overnight, and no hero swooped in to rescue him. Instead, the first rewards were entirely internal shifts. He developed a much calmer mind. He actually stopped reacting angrily to insults and started speaking more respectfully. He began putting away a tiny bit of money every week, learned how to plan his day, and really got a solid grip on his emotions. Lucas realized a pretty profound truth during this quiet time. People who waste their own time are usually the first ones to make fun of people who protect theirs. Over time, the compounding power of that single hour becomes just undeniable. Let's track this. He starts with just one quiet hour daily, right? A few months later, he's got rock-solid emotional control and a little bit of savings. Fast forward to the 1-year mark, and he is officially known around the station as the cleaner who always kindly helps travelers. In fact, his daily English practice pays off in a huge way when he uses his flawless English to help a panicking Canadian tourist find her lost wallet.
Her deep gratitude gave him way more fuel than money ever could. So he kept at it, studying customer service, basic business, communication, and then boom. At the 2-year mark, Lucas successfully opens his very own friendly little information and coffee kiosk right near the station. And those same people who used to laugh at him, yeah, they were now standing in line waiting to buy his coffee. Which brings us to Section 5, passing the torch and meeting Marco. Years later, successful but honestly never arrogant, Lucas still remembered those freezing cold floors and the painful nights when literally nobody saw his struggle. One evening, while he's closing up his kiosk, he spots a young cleaner sitting all alone near the platform. The kid's name was Marco, and he looked exactly like Lucas used to, tired, stuck, and totally hopeless. Marco confessed that he worked every single day, but his life just wasn't moving forward at all. Lucas walks over, hands him a cup of coffee, and asks him a very simple, very direct question. How much time do you give daily to the person you want to become? Seriously, think about that for yourself for a second. Lucas told Marco that most people give hours to fear. You know, they give hours to scrolling endlessly on their phones. They give hours to complaining, but they won't give even one focused hour to their own future. Lucas then went back inside his kiosk and brought out the exact same old blue book with the yellowing pages that Elena had given him all those years ago. He handed it to Marco and told him to read for 1 quiet hour daily. Start tired, start small, start today. Marco looks at the book, obviously super skeptical, and asks, can 1 hour really change a life? Lucas just looked out at those clean station floors and said, 1 hour daily will not change your life in 1 day, but it will change the person who is living your life. And when that person changes, everything changes. And that leads us to our final section, Section 6, your 1 quiet hour, the final promise. Let's make this about you right now. Your future isn't built in one giant, dramatic, emotional decision. No way. It is built in the tiny, small promises you keep when absolutely nobody is watching. It's built when you actively choose to study after a long, exhausting day. It's built when you practice, even when your skills are weak, when you keep going after people laugh at you, and when you literally choose discipline over your own excuses. The absolutely crucial takeaway here is simply the number 1. Just give 1 honest hour to your future. If you're feeling stuck today, just remember Lucas's story. You don't need to try and overhaul your entire life tonight. Actually, scratch that. Trying to do that is just overwhelming. Instead, just give 1 honest hour to your future. Give 1 hour to learn, 1 hour to practice, 1 hour to improve and become fundamentally stronger than your excuses. And we're going to leave it there today with this incredibly powerful final thought. Small actions repeated daily can quietly defeat years of failure. Success doesn't always start with a ton of money, natural talent, or that one perfect opportunity dropping out of the sky. Sometimes it just begins with a really tired person, a small book, and the quiet decision not to quit for just 60 minutes a day. Who knows? Maybe years from now, you'll look back and realize your entire life changed because of 1 simple habit you absolutely refuse to break. I really hope this explainer has inspired you to carve out and start your own quiet hours.